The AI trade has powered markets for nearly 2 years now, fueling trillion-dollar valuations and reshaping entire sectors from semiconductors to cloud infrastructure. We hit the streets to get Americans' take on AI and how it affects their lives.
Are you afraid of AI taking your job?
I think AI is coming and it's going to be used in ways that are good, but also possibly ways that are harmful.
I do see where it's being supplemented for things, writing emails, writing proposals and contracts. So I could see other people in my organization where it goes towards it's taking away their statement of work.
We kind of just have to work with technology and use it to better our own business.
I think that it's getting too smart, too quickly. Everybody uses it too much. And I personally don't. I try to minimize my use in general.
Now investors are asking whether we're in the middle of an AI bubble or still just scratching the surface of a long-term growth story. To break down the next leg of the AI trade, we're joined by Dan Ives. He's back with us, Managing Director and Global Head of Technology Research at Wedbush Securities. Gargi Chaudhry, BlackRock Managing Director and Chief Investment and Portfolio Strategist for the Americas iShares. And Eric Jackson, EMJ Capital Founder, President and Portfolio Manager. And guys, something I'm struck by as we heard those folks on the streets of New York, and also I'm sure in all of our conversations, is how concerned normal people are about AI. So there's this fascinating disconnect to me between what we see in the markets, where there is huge investment and enthusiasm, and the real trepidation that people have about how this transition is going to unfold. Gargi, as you all think about your investing strategy around this, how do you think that informs what the transition is going to look like?
Sure, Julie, it's so great to be here. Thank you for having me. And I think just listening to that dialogue and then also thinking about how clients of ours are talking to us about AI. So, for example, we just did this survey with People and Money, and 19 million Americans are actually thinking about investing in equity markets in the next year or so.
Who haven't yet,
or many of them have not yet. And a big driver of that is the AI sentiment, this mega trend that is shaping earnings. It's shaping, to your point, a huge amount of earnings growth over the last couple of years. And we think at BlackRock that this is something that is flowing through not just into flows, which is happening, but also into macro data. So it's the macro growth is impacted by earnings. Real GDP in the first half of the year, about 1.1% of that was driven by AI, but also in the micro in terms of earnings, in terms of IG issuance, in terms of how we're thinking about infrastructure and private credit. So this is definitely a powerful force and a tailwind in many ways.
You're a busy man. We know this. I'm sure it has nothing to do with how cold it is here in New York City, but I have a lot of viewer questions for you. Before I get to that, I do want to ask you your 30-second bull pitch for Tesla and your 30-second bull pitch for NVIDIA, because I know you're very, bullish on both of those names.
Yeah. Look, on Tesla, this, in my opinion, is the most important chapter ever for Musk and Tesla, the AI chapter, autonomous and robotics. I think we're talking 2-3 trillion in terms of market cap, best physical AI play besides NVIDIA. When it comes to NVIDIA, the godfather of AI, there's only one of them, and that's Jensen. And look, demand to supply is 10-1 for NVIDIA chips. Get the popcorn out, get the watch parties out for next week's earnings, because this, in my opinion, is going to be a $6 trillion market cap.
I think we're seeing on the eToro platform a lot of potential Warren Buffetts. So we've just had our annual investor summit. We met a lot of our top investors from across the globe. One of our top investors went from $50 million copying him to $250 million copying him just over this year. And he's consistently beat over the last 5 years the S&P 500, generating an average of, I think, 29% returns over the last 5 years. The second one, with $162 million, has generated about, I think, 31% returns in a tenure of 12 years on eToro. So I think you have a lot of great minds out there that are consistently generating returns in the markets. And again, in his letter, he said, find your heroes and copy them. So that's what we're trying to do in eToro, let you find the heroes and copy them. And there's no doubt that Warren Buffett is a hero of capital markets and educating people about